Hi, I'm Rue, and welcome to Archie and Rue. I like to learn, and I usually read books in order to improve my knowledge. And after I've learned about a subject, I like to cement my learning, usually by taking quizzes. And today, Mama S has presented me with a quiz on ancient history. It's a quiz I have not taken before, and I might get some wrong. But that's okay, I'm not after the 100% score. Well, it is preferable, but it doesn't really matter much to me. So, on to the questions.
Who founded the Macedonian Empire?
Alexander the Great, I'm pretty sure.
Correct. Augustus was the adopted son of which Roman general?
I think Julius Caesar.
Yes. The Hamadryas baboon was sacred to which ancient civilization?
The ancient Egyptians.
Correct. Which civilization built the Palace of Knossos?
So what's the options?
Etruscans, Minoans, Mycenaeans, or Phoenicians?
Mycenaeans.
It was the Minoans.
Minoans? Oh, of course. The Minoans lived on the Isle of Crete. Knossos is on Crete.
Cyrus the Younger employed the 10,000 in a failed attempt to seize the throne of which empire?
I think I know this. It's of the Persian Empire.
That is not an option. The option is Achaemenid.
Achaemenid, then. Achaemenid is synonymous with the Persian Empire.
Yes, that's correct. How long did it take Phidias to create the statue of Zeus at Olympia?
Oh, this one I don't know. Or I'm pretty sure I don't know. And what's the options?
1 year, 3 years, 12 years, or 30 years?
The statue was quite big, but I doubt it was 30 years. So, maybe 3 years.
12 years.
12 years. Well, it's a statue of an idol, so don't really care about it. For 12 years, such a waste of time on a statue.
Which ancient Egyptian temple is illustrated above?
I'm pretty sure that's the temple of Hatshepsut.
That's correct. How tall was the Colossus of Rhodes?
What's the
10
options?
metres, 30 metres, 100 metres, or 300 metres?
I'd like to say 100 meters?
It was 30 metres.
30 meters. Well, I made a gross exaggeration of its size.
What traditional date is given for the fall of Troy in the Trojan War? Was it 3184 BC, 2184 BC, 1184 BC, or 184 BC?
1184 BC.
That's correct. Timbuktu is situated closest to which major river? Is it the Limpopo, the Niger, the Nile, or the Zambezi?
Well, the Limpopo and the Zambezi are in the south of Africa. The Nile is in the east, so that leaves the Niger.
And that is correct. When did the Visigoths sack Rome?
Oh, the Visigoths.
Was it 10 AD, 210 AD, 410 AD, or 610 AD?
410 AD.
Yes, that's correct. Which city served as the capital of ancient Egypt during the early dynastic period? Would you like to hear the options?
Yes, please.
Avaris, Heliopolis, Memphis, or Thebes?
I think it was Memphis.
Well, that's correct. Skara Brae was built during which archaeological period?
Oh, this, I think it was, they say it was the Neolithic.
Yes, that's correct. Which region did the Maurya Empire occupy?
Moria. That's, yeah, I think that's Moria. What's your options?
Central America, Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, or West Africa?
I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was the Indian subcontinent. Sorry.
That's correct. In which civilization did the Sestercius originate?
I'm pretty sure it was Rome. Also, so I had one of the
Rome?
options.
Yes, that's correct. Which island was the lighthouse of Alexandria built on? Was it Nelson's Island, Pharaoh's Island, Pharos, or Philae?
Pharaoh's Island.
But that's incorrect. It was Pharos.
Pharos.
Yes.
They sound so similar.
Yes. Which European script is inscribed on the Rosetta Stone? Is it Greek, Italian, Latin, or Turkish?
Turkish is more Asian. I'm pretty sure it would be Greek.
It was Greek. What was the population of Pompeii at the time of its destruction in 79 AD?
Oh, the infamous destruction of Pompeii.
11,000, 311,000, 611,000, or 911,000?
11,000 seems to have a ring about it.
It was 11,000. The Pyramid of the Sun was built in which ancient city? Angkor, Luxor, Petra, or Teotihuacan?
I think that's Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan.
Yes, that's correct.
The Pyramid of the Sun, in case anyone out there doesn't know what it is, was an enormous pyramid built by I'm pretty sure it was the Mayans. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that. Well, unfortunately it was built as a monument to false gods, and on the top of it they had an altar upon which they would sacrifice human victims, usually prisoners of war. So they'd be breaking the Geneva Convention if they existed then.
The Maya civilization originated on which American peninsula?
Funny, it reminds me.
Was it the Azuero Peninsula? Baja California Peninsula?
No.
Guajira?
Guajira, I've never heard of that place.
Guajira, sorry. Or the Yucatan Peninsula?
Yucatan.
Yes, that's correct. The Colosseum was built during which dynastic period?
I'm pretty sure it was the Flavian dynasty.
Yes, that's correct. Rome was founded on April 21 in which year, according to traditional accounts? 753, 553, 353, or 153?
753.
Yes, that's correct. The ruins of ancient Mesopotamia's capital, Babylon, are closest to which modern capital city? Baghdad, Damascus, Jerusalem, or Tehran?
No, it would be terrible if it was right near Jerusalem. Baghdad, I think.
Yes, that's right.
The city of Babylon currently, as the quiz says, lies in ruins, which is just as the prophecies by Isaiah and Jeremiah state would have happened to it. So the ruins testify that not one word from God will ever fail. The Babylonians themselves scarcely imagined that they wouldn't have even imagined that their city would one day become ruins, because it was filled with marvelous architectural structure and complex defense systems which made it almost impregnable, until Cyrus the Great figured out a way that he could march the soldiers into the city on the dry riverbed.
Which civilization created the colossal heads of ancient Mesoamerica? That's what they look like.
Oh, those were the Olmecs. No one really knows what happens to them or why they were able to, or how they were able to create those statues.
Would they have been false gods, do you think?
I'm not sure. No one knows what they were meant to be for. Some people suppose it was meant to be a little bit like the Maori on Easter Island. No. That's I'm getting my words mixed up. The Moai on Easter Island, which were meant to be monuments to the heads of families. Quite literally, heads of families.
That was correct. Hannibal died in exile in which ancient region?
Oh, I don't know this one.
Assyria, Bithynia, Hibernia, or Lusitania?
I think maybe Bithynia, because he did fight a naval war in that area.
That's correct.
Oh.
Ancient Egyptians celebrated Wepet Renpet to mark which of their false deities' death and rebirth?
Ugh.
Was it A, Isis, B, Osiris, C, Ra, or D, Thoth?
B. I'm just gonna say B.
Yeah, that was correct.
Funnily enough, the 10 plagues recorded in Exodus upon Egypt were all directed against ancient Egyptian false gods, and, well, dealt directly with what they were supposed to control, showing that God was the only one who was in charge of all creation, and he is the God of all gods.
When was the first stage of a Stonehenge monument built? Was it circa 3100? Was it circa 3100 BC, circa 2100 BC, circa 1100 BC, or circa 100 BC?
I think it was circa, they say it was maybe circa, nah, I don't know this one actually. I'm gonna guess circa 100 BC?
It was. What name did the ancient Greeks know Venus as the morning star? Was it A. Ares, B. Kronos, C. Phosphorus, or D. Zeus?
I don't really know this, nor do I really care about the Greeks false gods, so I'm just gonna guess C.
That's correct.
It was?
Good guess.
Oh.
Nebuchadnezzar II was monarch of which ancient empire?
It's Babylon again. It's Babylon.
Neo-Babylon?
Yes, Neo-Babylon.
Yes, that's correct. Mausoleum of the first Qin emperor is in which province of China? Is it Guangdong, Hainan, Zhenxi, or Yunnan?
Maybe Zhenxi.
Yes, that's correct.
I guess to have a close love. The name of that emperor was Xin Shi Huang, and when I heard Shi in there, I figured, that might be a little bit of a clue.
Well, that's the end of the quiz, and there was 30 questions, and you got 26 out of 30.
Yeah, that's, I guess that's a rather good score. It is all well and good to stretch the mind through learning and to study academic topics, but true knowledge comes from knowing the Lord. As it says in, I've got a little bit of dust on Proverbs 9, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. You could learn all that there is to know in this world, but without God, all that knowledge is worth nothing. You could also study and read every knowledgeable book there is out there, cover to cover, but at the end of the day, you will never know everything, because only God knows everything. And as Isaiah says, his ways are higher than our ways, and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. God is omniscient, and he knows the words on your tongue before you've even uttered them off your lips. As it says in Psalm 139, verses 1 to 6. O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You understand my thought afar off. You comprehend my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word on my tongue, but behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. You have hedged me behind and before, and laid your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high, I cannot attain it. The Lord knows us from the inside out, and he knows what is in the heart of every man, and he knows you today. Do you know him? He longs to have a relationship with you, and he has made a way for that to happen through the death and resurrection of his Son, Jesus Christ, who said, I am the way. Please, if you are listening today, and you don't know him, don't harden your heart. Just listen for the voice of God, and turn to him with all your heart. You may have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't know God and his Son Jesus Christ, you have nothing. You may have spent many years trying to gain an education, but Jesus himself said, what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his own soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul? When you devote all your time to the pursuit of knowledge and education, and miss out on knowing Christ, you are exchanging your soul for education. God wants us to learn and to use our brains. He gave our brains to us, but not at the expense of knowing him. A relationship with him is the most precious thing in this life, worth even more than gold or silver. Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling, O sinner, come home. Thank you for watching. God be with you, and goodbye.